Good day, everyone. You are welcome back to mathematics class. Today we are going to start looking at variation. All right, so let's look at what variation is. Variation is a relationship between two variable quantities. Then we have four types of variation that we are going to be considering under this topic. All right, so let me first of all list them out. Types of variation. All right, so number one, we have direct variation. Direct variation. Then number two, we have indirect variation. Indirect variation, or you can call it inverse. All right, inverse variation or inverse variation. All right. Okay, so number three is joint variation. Joint variation. And then lastly, we are going to be considering partial variation as well. Partial variation. Okay, so these are the types of variation we are going to be considering under this topic. Now we are going to start picking them one after the other. Today we are going to look at direct variation. Understood? Okay, so direct variation. We are going to begin by taking some examples under direct variation. So, and the first question says, if 1 meter of wire has a mass of x gram, what will be the mass of 25 meter of the same wire? Solution. Okay, so the question says 1 meter of wire is equal to x gram, and we are told to find the mass of 25 meter of the same wire. Okay, so 25 meter of the same wire will be equal to when you multiply this 25 and this x together, that will give you the gram of 25 meter of the same wire. Is that okay? X multiplied by 25. So an x multiplied by 25 will give us 25x. Then the unit is gram, and that is our answer. Is that understood? Okay, so let's take a look at another question. The question says, if x is directly proportional to y and x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 12, find the relationship between x and y. Solution. Okay, so the question says, if x is directly proportional to y, then we are given that x is equal to 3 and then y is equal to 12. Now this proportion sign, I will change it to equal sign so that I can have equation to work with. If I change this proportion sign to equal to, then I must introduce a constant. So I will call that constant k, y. Is that okay? So anytime you are given a proportion this way and you want to change it to equation, then a constant have to come in. All right, so x is equal to ky. So where this k is a constant. Understood? So here now we have been told that the value of x is 3 and the value of y is 12. So I will just plug in those parameters in order to get the value of k, the constant. All right, so I'm going to put 3 is equal to k times y, and y is 12. Understood? So 3 is equal to k times 12 is 12k. So when you divide both sides by 12, you have k to be equal to 3 divided by 12. All right, so k is equal to 3 here, 1, 3 goes in 12. That's 4 times. So I have 1 over 4. So that's the value of k. The question says we should find the relationship between x and y. So this is actually the relationship between x and y, but what we needed to do is to find the value of k, which we have done. Understood? So now that we know the value of k, we are going to plug it in. Okay, so we now say therefore relationship between x and y is equal to x is x equal to k. K is 1 over 4 y. Understood? So this is the relationship between them. All right, so let's move on. The next question says if d is directly proportional to s and d is equal to 140 when s is equal to 35, find a the relationship between d and s, b the value of s when d is equal to 176. Solution. Right, so the first thing we are going to find is to find the relationship between d and s. Now, so the proportion is d is directly proportional to s. Okay, so I will change this proportion to equation by introducing equal sign. So I will now have d is equal to then a constant, so I will use k and then s. Understood? So this k is the constant. Now we have been given that d is equal to 140 and then s is equal to 35. Okay, so let's plug it in. So d is equal to 140 equal to k times s, and s is equal to 35. So that we have 140 equal to k times 35 is 35k. So dividing both sides by 35, we have k to be equal to 140 divided by 35. Is that understood? So when you divide this, you are going to have your k to be equal to 4. Right, so that's the value of k. Now to answer the first question, A, they ask us to find the relationship between d and s. So I'm going to write this equation out. Okay, so d will be equal to k. The value of k is 4. Then I will put s. So this is the relationship between d and s. Okay, so B, the question says we should find the value of s when d is equal to 176. So we are going to use this relationship between d and s that we just found now to answer that. Okay, so when d is equal to 176, then using this equation, d is equal to 4s. So our d is 176, then equal to 4s. So to get the value of s now, we divide both sides by 4, so that we have s to be equal to 176 divided by 4. Then s will be equal to 4 goes in 4 one time. 4 in 176 is 44. So the value of s is 44. Understood? So this is how to solve this type of question when you see it. Now let's take a look at another question. The question says w is directly proportional to u if w is equal to 5 when u is equal to 3. Find u when w is equal to 2 over 7. Solution. Okay, so the question says w is directly proportional to u. Okay, and when we change this proportion to equal sign, then we introduce a constant. So we have w is equal to then a constant times u. Okay, so the question says if w is equal to 5, then u is equal to 3. Then we now have w is equal to 5 equal to k times u, and u is equal to 3. Understood? So we have 5 is equal to k times 3 is 3k. When you divide both sides by 3, so you have your k to be equal to 5 over 3. Then k is also equal to how many 3 can you see in 5? That is 1. Remainder 2 over 3. So that is the value of k. Now let's write the relationship between w and u. Okay, so I will now have w to be equal to k. The value of k now is 5 over 3, then u. So this is the relationship between w and u. Understood? So let's now proceed and find the value of u when w is equal to 2 over 7. So when w is equal to 2 over 7, so we have our relationship is w is equal to 5 over 3 times u. Then w now is 2 over 7 equal to 5 over 3u. Okay, so the LCM of 7 and 3 is 21. So I'm going to multiply all through by 21. Multiply all through by 21, so that I have 21 times 2 over 7 equal to 21 times 5 over 3u. All right, so 7 goes in 7 1, 7 in 21 is 3. Okay, 3 here 1, 3 in 21 is 7. So we now have 3 times 2 equal to 7 times 5u left. Okay, 3 times 2 is 6 equal to 7 times 5u is 35u. All right, so now dividing both sides by 35. 35, 35. So 35 cancel 35. We are now left with u is equal to 6 over 35. So, and that is the value of u when w is equal to 2 over 7. Is that understood? All right, so another question says, if x minus 3 is directly proportional to the square of y and x is equal to 5 when y is equal to 2, find x when y is equal to 6. Solution. All right, so the question says, if x minus 3 is directly proportional to the square of y, this is the square of y. Okay, now let's change this to equation. We have x minus 3 then equal to a constant. So let my constant be k, then y squared. Understood? All right, so they said that x is equal to 5 when y is equal to 2. So I'm going to plug these two parameters inside this equation. So I now have x, which is 5, minus 3 equal to k times y, and my y is 2, all squared. Understood? So 5 minus 3 is 2 equal to 2 squared is 4. 4 times k will be 4k. All right, so dividing both sides by 4 will give us the value of k to be equal to 2 over 4. All right, so k now will be equal to 2 goes in 2 one time, 2 goes in 4 2 times. So the value of k will be 1 over 2. All right, so now that we have gotten the value of the constant, we plug it in back into this equation so that we can find the relationship between x and y. Okay, so doing that, we have x minus 3 is equal to k, which is 1 over 2, then y squared. So that is the relationship between x and y, where the question just asks us to find the value of x when y is equal to 6. So I'm going to say when y is equal to 6, then we have x minus 3 to be equal to 1 over 2 times y squared, and the value of y is 6, then all squared. Understood? Alright, so we now have x minus 3 to be equal to 1 over 2 times 6 squared is 36. Okay, so x minus 3 is equal to 2 goes into 1 time, 2 goes in the 36, that will be 18. So I now have 18 left here. So x is equal to 18 minus 3. When it goes to the other side, it becomes plus 3. So we now have x to be equal to 18 plus 3 will give us 21. Alright, so that's the value of x when y is equal to 6. As simple as you have seen it on the screen. Alright, so at this point now, I want you to also take your time to answer these 3 simple questions as your classwork. So you can pause this video at this point to solve these 3 questions. When you are through, then you continue the video to now see the solution to the questions. Alright. Now this question says, if 1 kg of mangoes cost 10 naira, what will be the cost of 10 kilogram of mangoes? Solution. Okay, so the question says that 1 kilogram of mangoes is equal to 10 naira. Then how much will 10 kilogram of mango be? 10 kilogram of mangoes will be equal to the amount of, oh sorry, this one is not 100 naira, is 10 naira, so I will take 10. Alright, so now let's continue. 10 kilogram of mangoes will be equal to amount of 1 kilogram of mango, which is 10 naira, times 10 kilogram. Okay, so 10 times 10 will give us 100 naira. Okay, so 10 kilogram of mangoes will be 100 naira if 1 kilogram of mango is 10 naira. Alright, so let's continue. So this question says, if C is directly proportional to N and C is equal to 28 when N is equal to 4, find the formula connecting C and N. Solution. Alright, so C is directly proportional to N. Changing this to equation, we have C equal to then a constant, and let my constant be K, then N. Alright, from the question they said C is equal to 28 and then N is equal to 4. So I'm going to substitute this in order to get the value of my constant, which is K. Then C, which is 28, is equal to K times N, which is 4. So we have 28 is equal to 4K. Understood? So dividing both sides by 4 will give us the value of K to be equal to 28 divided by 4. And 28 divided by 4 will give us 7. Alright, so the question says that we should find the formula connecting C and N. So I will just plug in the value of K in this equation, and that will give me the formula connecting C and N. Understood? So I now have C is equal to K, which is 7, then N. So this is the formula connecting C and N. Understood? So let's continue. So if A varies directly as the square of B when A is equal to 2, B is equal to 3, find A, the formula connecting A and B, B, A when B is equal to 30, C, B when A is equal to 18. So let's solve this together. Solution. Alright, so they said A varies directly at the square of B, that is B squared. Alright, so I'm going to change this to equation by writing A equal to a constant, and I will write K to represent my constant. then b squared. All right, so and the question says that when a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 3. So I will substitute these parameters in this equation so that I can get the value of my constant. Okay, so a is equal to 2 equal to k times b squared, which is 3 squared. And that will give us 2 to be equal to 3 squared is 9 times k, which is 9k. So dividing both sides by 9 will give us k to be equal to 2 all over 9. So that is the value of k, the constant. All right, so now let's begin to answer those questions one after the other. The question says we should find the formula connecting a and b. So the formula connecting a and b now will be equal to a is equal to kb squared, and the value of k is 2 over 9, then b squared. So that's the formula connecting a and b. Then question 2b, they said we should find the value of a when b is equal to 30. So when b is equal to 30, then we have a to be equal to 2 over 9 times b squared, which is 30 squared. Okay, so this is 9, not a. All right, so now let's continue. So a is equal to 2 over 9 times 30 squared is 900. Okay, so 9 goes in 9 one time, 9 goes in 900, that is 100. So we now have a to be equal to 2 times 100. All right, so and then 2 times 100 will give us 200. So that is the value of a when b is equal to 30. Then c, we have to find the value of we have to find the value of b when a is equal to 18. So when a is equal to 18, then we are going to use this formula. Okay, this formula, that's what we are still going to make use of. So our a is 18, then equal to 2 over 9 b squared. Understood? So let's cross multiply. We now have 18 times 9 equal to 2b squared. 18 times 9 is 162 equal to 2b squared. So dividing both sides by 2 will give me b squared to be equal to 162 divided by 2. So I now have b squared to be equal to 162 divided by 2 is 81. Then to get the value of b, I'm going to say take the square root of both sides. All right, so let's do that here. So we have b squared is equal to 81. So taking the square roots of both sides, we have left b to be equal to square root of 81 is 9, because 9 times 9 will give us 81. Is that understood? All right. So this is where we are going to be ending the class today. In our next class, we are going to be looking at inverse variation. Is that okay? Or you call it indirect proportion. Thank you for watching. Bye.